Welcome students. In the last video I already shared the writing style of Walt Whitman of the poems Animals. It's in class 10. Today I'm going to give line-wise summary, short summary of the poem Animals. So this poem Animals is written by Walt Whitman. It's taken from his own poem Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. The first line, the first stanza actually, the poem the poet took an resolutions about turning towards the animal and he's not ready to stay with the human being. So it's a striking stanza which gives a sudden jerk to the readers. The first line starts like this: I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and looked at them long and long. Here, placid means calm and peaceful. Content means satisfied. So the poet resoluted, he decided to turn his face towards the animals. The reason behind this is that, according to the poet, they are so peaceful and they are so self satisfied. And then, turning towards the animal, he has been standing there looking at the animals for a long time. He become perplexed, confused about taking such decisions. At the same time, he also tries to raise the changing thinking of the human beings. In the next stanza, he describes the reason for turning towards the animals. The reasons are, in the second stanza it describes, they do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. No one kneels to another, not to his kind, that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So, in the second stanza, the poet describes what the animals do not, and on the contrary, the human being does. So, he pointed out that they, means the animals, do not sweat and whine about their condition. That means animals do not complain and cry about their condition. Here, the condition of miseries or sorrows. Whereas human being always does these things, they are never self-satisfied. They always cry about their miseries, their sorrows. They are always complaining about their conditions. In which condition they are rightly, they are not. They are never satisfied. But on the other hand, animals are. They are satisfied. They never complain. Not even they cry for their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for the sins. Neither the animals do lie awake in the dark, means in the night they do not lie awake, and they do not weep for their sins means wrongdoing, which human being does. They always lie awake and they think about their past behavior, past activity, and they weep for it, which the animals do not. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Even the animals do never make the poet sick, fatigued by discussing their duty towards God. What are they doing? They are crystal clear. But human beings always try to pitch their duty towards God. This way, human beings always try to make themselves pretend themselves much more religious. So human beings always forecast their duty towards God. No one is dissatisfied, no one is demented with the mania of owning things. So here, the animals, none of the animals is dissatisfied. not even they are demented, been disturbed with the mania of owning things. They do not, animals do not have the nature of being dissatisfied. Even they are not disturbed of the mania, of the craziness or habit of owning things. Means they never run for possessing others things, which human being always does. Then whatever property they have, they are never satisfied with that. They want, always human beings always want something more extra, which animals do not. No one kneels to another, not to his kind, that lived thousands of years ago. So no animals uh, kneels to other, to their superior, to the god or to their superior. Even they never pay their respect to their ancestor. So here, this line particularly, no one kneels to another, not to his kind. This particular line is showing the emotion or devotion that the human beings always show towards the god and their ancestor or their superior. Here, animals are always same. They neither kneel to other nor even to their ancestor. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. In the animals world, no one is respectable, no one is unhappy on the earth. That means there is no such class distinction. Within the human society, we find a class distinction. Means there is a class distinction between poor and rich. Since someone is rich, so they are given much respect or they are treated differently. On the other hand, few people, for being poor, they are not given that much respect. But in the animal world, there is no such differences. No one is poor, no one is rich, all are equal. So they show their relation to me and I accept them. That is why the animals show their actual relation to each other. That means there is a difference between predator and prey. So before their prey, the predators are never pretend that they are giving much respect to the prey. What human being does is that they always show that they are always, I mean, friendly and nice in their behavior to others, but actually they always try to harm other human beings. But in animals, they hunt the prey for their own food, and that is crystal clear. They never hide it. And these relations, the relations between predator and prey, is clear. And poet knew it very well. These relations in the animal world, and with these differences, the poet accept the animals. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. So this way they bring me tokens means here the virtues or the inner qualities. So in animals bring the virtues of human beings and they show them plainly in their possessions. So the tokens, the good qualities which were earlier lying with the human beings, today those human qualities or inner qualities or virtues are now with the animals, and they are showing that those good qualities are now with their possessions. It's not now with the possession of human beings. So human being lost those good qualities, and animals um keep it up. So I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? So poet puts forward a questions to the in my interhuman race, that I wonder, I confused, I'm surprised whether those good qualities, those tokens, those good qualities I already dropped before the animals, which the animals picked up quickly. So maybe those good qualities were earlier with me, but now I somehow lost those. I means the human beings lost those qualities, and those qualities were now taken up by the animals, and that's why animals are much more satisfied within their own society, which human beings are not. So that is the poem in a nutshell. Already I gave up the summary of the poem in the parents alarm. So students are requested to check those summary, write up material, and at the same time follow this video. Thank you.